Hello, welcome back to the Synchro Skaters Club. Hello to
Hi,
Kings,
guys.
Queens, and all those in between.
Hello. Sabrina didn't tell me she was going to do that.
I've been thinking about that all week.
I swear, you let this girl loose and she just causes an absolute raucous. But hello, welcome back to Season 1, Episode 9, titled XOXO Gossip Girls.
Gossip Girl.
I love it.
You know you love me. Where have you been, Serena?
Oh God,
And who am I? That's a secret I'll never tell.
Guys, I'm sorry. Okay, there's going to be a lot of Gossip Girl references in this episode.
It's just so good.
It is.
We took an opportunity and we ran with it.
We did. We've gone full Gossip Girl with this one. So let's get into it. So thank you for all the love and the support and the input on the socials this past week. It's been great.
Yeah. The replies, 11 out of 10. Thank you so much.
Incredible. They've provided entertainment for me after a long day of work every single day for rereading those. So
we both had to turn off notifications on our phone because it just kept coming through. And then we'd wake up in our different time zones and be like, have a little giggle every morning.
It was great. You provided some entertainment that was, brilliant. And we're going to share that with you all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we are. So I'll give you a quick reminder of what we asked you guys. So we spoke to you about teams, your favourite ones, judging, whether you thought there was biases and who felt those biases the most. Favourite comps. Yeah, juicy. Favourite comps, least favourite comps, favourite dresses, some outrageous rumours and gossip that you've got for us.
My favourite.
Of course, all of this will be kept anonymous. And then we're going to finish it off with doing our own quick fire questions with you guys, because we got you guys to answer them this week. So I'm excited for this one.
Very wholesome full circle moment.
Yeah, full circle.
Except this episode probably isn't going to be that wholesome. Disclaimer.
Tell Jesus the bitch is back.
I can't believe you said that. I'm sorry. Some of the responses got Look, we're gonna select there's a button when you upload that says if it's explicit or not. This week we're gonna have to select the explicit button.
We are.
So this is your pre-warning.
Yes.
If there's anyone underage, any parents listening, very sorry.
Mums, go away.
Or if you want to listen, go for God, but just know what you're in for.
It's not that bad. It's not. We're going to have a little gossip sesh. We
just need to cover our bases.
Yeah, we do. Just, parental advisory is it? I don't even know. Parental...
Required.
There we go.
Advise. I think advised is the one.
No, what is it? Parental guidance is advised. There we go.
Oh, PG,
there we go.
Yeah.
PG. Right, let's get into it, shall we?
Let's go.
Let's learn about your guys' favourite teams. That's a good place to start, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Overwhelming majority, I think. I'm not surprised, if I'm honest. It's the one, the only, Rockets, with a whopping 30% of you saying they're your faves, which I get it.
Yeah, I do get it.
You know, they've got it all. They really have it all. Yeah.
3 gold world medals.
Yeah.
4 silver, 6 bronze.
Yeah.
13 in total.
Yeah, wow.
I mean, it makes sense.
Enough said. And then second place, we've got Les Supreme. Not surprised either.
Yeah.
You know.
Not a big deal. Cool.
With 16%. And then we've got a couple of you guys, like in Unique and Marigold, both on 9% with those. So I'm not surprised by any of these.
No, it makes sense. The big 3 have got to be up there.
Yeah, they do.
Big 3 countries. They're the reason they're at the top and everyone loves them, and they're the ones with the most followers and the most fans.
Exactly. Then we've got Nexus. You know, again, not surprised.
We do. Beautiful.
Slightly surprised that Icicles and Haydenettes are tied, if I'm honest. I'm going to go for the fact that is Icicles are British. And we have skated on the team, so maybe there's a skew.
Loyal listeners, thanks guys.
Yeah. We love you, thank you so much, but I think Haydenettes have a few more fans, maybe. Maybe not, you know.
Nah. I think they might.
Paradise even got a mention, which we've not heard from them in a while, have we? So that's cool.
They're still chugging along.
And then Ice on Fire, Skyliners, Passion, Jingu, Krista, Surprise, Ice Fire. All those ones got a mention.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Surprise didn't get more notice.
Boom, boom. Did you do it on purpose?
Yeah, I did. I'm really funny.
No, but you know what? I'm surprised because they're iconic and they're incredible.
I do feel like we have a lovely variety of listeners, and but the engagement on the stories, thank you so much, we absolutely adore it all, is definitely from like the younger portion, and perhaps they're not as aware of Surprise.
True. So yeah. They've been gone for a while now, haven't they?
Yeah, it's been more than a couple years.
It's been like 6 years.
No.
Yeah, they went out in Sweden, didn't they? At 2019 Worlds?
Oh my God.
Or was it 2018? It was 2018, Sabrina. It's been 7 years.
Oh.
Moving swiftly on, because that has made me feel very old. More mentions, more in the junior categories. So we've got a mention also for Icicles, Junior and Solway Stars.
Bit of a competition in the junior category there. Yes,
with their little rivalry going on. So they both got mentions. And then Fond du Lac Blades, they're the shirt people, aren't they?
I think they're just going to be referred to as the shirt people from
because
now
it was incredible.
Yes.
It was iconic.
Love your work.
Yeah, so they got mentioned. Fantastic got a mention.
As it should. Excellent.
Any Swedish team? Agree.
The description. Any Swedish. Yeah, that covers Surprise. Maybe we should have put that in with the seniors.
Yeah, maybe we should. All of Cool Dreams. I've got a sneaky feeling that's someone who is from Cool Dreams. That. Yeah.
Regardless, love your support.
Yeah, I love their routines and stuff, and also love the support. Thank you. Hayden Select Elite 12 got a mention, which I love. Yeah. Love that for them. And then my favourite, my personal favourite. Do you go for it, Brie? You go for it. You have to.
Shall I say it?
Yeah.
Someone said AIFSC, and we're going to mention it because that's Auckland Synchro. Yeah. Oh yeah, the home club.
Is Brie's home club. I've skated with them as well, so.
And I know who said that, and I love her. Thank you so much.
And I love you too, even though I've not met you. I think you're incredible. Right, nice. That was cool. I liked learning about your guys' favourite teams.
So moving onwards to favourite programs, we have quite a few to go through.
Huge variety, like spanning 15 years.
Yes. So there's been a lot to pick from. Mm-hmm. Most of them I feel like I agree with.
Agree. Yeah.
I don't think there's any in there that I'm questioning, but so we'll get started. The one with the most mentions,
which surprised me. I'm going to hold my hands up.
No, it didn't surprise me. Absolutely
it surprised me.
It was a perfect program. Was The Handmaid's Tale by Nexa Senior in 18-19 season. They got a pretty solid amount of votes, so
yeah, they did.
Just a beautiful program. Followed closely by Mount Everest program from Les Supreme from the season just gone, their free program.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Mount Everest ain't got shit on me.
Oh, I love that. It was when they went from a hydroglide into a eye balance on one leg. Oh.
Excellent. I agree with this one very much. Greatest Showman by the Haydenettes.
Yeah.
18-19. Their creative lift.
Yes.
That year, I don't know, there was something in the water that year because that program was
18-19, we've said it. Was a good
that whole
year.
season. Yeah.
It was such a good year.
A lot of programs have been mentioned from that year.
Yeah.
No words. There was girls balancing on one. Oh, amazing. If you haven't watched it, you should definitely go watch it because it was fantastic.
I agree.
I think they had Kathy Dalton in to help that year.
Makes a lot of sense.
Fact check again, but I'm pretty sure from memory. Anyway, moving on. I'm going to say this wrong. It's an English word. But up next we have Requiem, the Rockettes free program from 22-23. And if you're like me and can only remember programs based on the dresses, it's when they had the red and purple vibe going on.
And they were like almost like Firebirds, weren't they? Sort of.
Yes. Yeah. Beautiful
Those dresses
program.
were stunning, yeah.
Yes, stunning. But yeah, up there then we have Transformers by Marigold, 1819, that free program.
That pivot block.
Yeah, magnificent.
With
They're
people on top of them.
Robots, fantastic.
Yeah. Wow.
No notes. Widow by Nexus, 1617. I believe the Widow, you know how there was the one woman in the black?
Yes.
She is now the coach of Cool Dreams, Switzerland.
Ah.
She was like an icon. She was like an iconic Nexus girl, and now she has gone home. I'm pretty sure it's Cool Dreams, or one of the Switzerland ones that she's from.
That's very cool. Let us know, guys.
Yeah. I'm really sorry, no idea her name, but shout out. I'm pretty sure she was the Widow. We have a short program. The first short program that made the list is the Liberation program. With the music from Muse by Rockettes again last season. Agree. Very good. Very, very
I did
good.
like that one.
I can't believe I didn't know the next one existed.
Yeah, neither. This is groundbreaking.
Skyliners 22-23. Free program. They skated to 6.
What? That's so cool.
One of a kind, no category to me.
Go check it out on YouTube. It's ace. It's so cool.
Amazing.
Such a shame it didn't get to Worlds.
Yeah, love that music. Such a good choice. Although I controversially feel like it was probably more of a junior theme. Maybe that's why it didn't quite make it to Worlds. Yeah. But I loved it. Regardless,
it was incredible.
Loved it. This one, absolutely agree. Unique short program, Bad Guy 2019-2020.
Yeah, ace.
Oh,
program.
yes.
So good.
Oh, yes.
I wonder if Billie Eilish ever knew that they skated to that.
Someone's got to get it to her.
Can we find Billie Eilish? Can we get this clip viral on TikTok, Brie?
Are you going to make the TikTok for this one that we haven't proceeded with?
Brie is the social media expert. I think, guys, let's try and make this clip viral and get Billie Eilish to know and
You sound
watch.
like a millennial right now.
I don't care. That's okay. Am I not a millennial?
No, we've been through this.
Oh, anyway, ignore Sabrina right now. Listeners, let's get Billie Eilish to watch Team Unique's Bad Guy program. Let's do it.
You're just making more work for me.
No.
Making me make a TikTok. Did you not see our last TikTok post? Afton, I don't even know if you follow our TikTok account.
Oh, God. I've actually deleted TikTok this week. Let's move on. Right, the next programme.
My Shayla.
The next programme was, this was before many people probably were even in Synchro. It's before I was in Synchro.
I was in Synchro.
Wow. She's an old school girl. Baba Yetu. Interesting.
It was a good program.
Yeah,
you can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, we both watched it because I hadn't seen it, and go watch Old School Synchro. It's so good. It's so
I think
good.
At that point, the moves element is just what gets me. And everyone had to spiral. Everyone had to do an Ina Bauer.
Yeah.
Everyone had a spread. Like, the Ina Bauers will forever just take my breath away. Honestly, that's a skill that we don't have anymore.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We've said that the sport has got harder, which I'm in no doubt it has. But, you know, we don't see the whole team doing, Ina Bauers anymore, do we? It's just changed. It's changing.
That was just beautiful. Oh, no notes. Next free program, Rockettes 23-24 Incarnation. The one from Worlds last year, second place. Yes, agree. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Nova free program 1920 Fly. Their dresses were like green birds. It was a birds theme. The beginning's really cool. They all like twitch like little birds.
I love bird themes. I think they're really cool.
Yeah, if you pull them off, they're sick. I will forever remember which junior team were the Russian junior team that did the birds and they all fell over.
Yeah, that was Did
they fall over? Or were they the ones that won?
No, they were the ones that won. It was the other team.
It was the other team that fell over.
It was like the balloon one that fell over.
Yeah. Oh,
7 falls. Anyway.
That was rough. Next one, also mad votes. Very much agree. Nova's 18-19 free program. So their theme for the whole season was darkness to light, and their short was dark and their free was light. And it was the halo with the yellow dresses. I think it was
This is when they had... all the guys, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, and it was like one of their first big debuts overseas, I remember, and they won Mozart Cup because I was there.
I remember them like bursting onto the scene and everyone being like, who are these
They
people?
were incredible. And then they won Canadian Nationals that
year
too. Like,
which is insane.
Incredible. Free program, Les Supreme 16-17, Dream.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Marigold 21-22, Darkness into Light. I don't like these dresses, really sorry. They're the black and yellow ones at the top, not my favourite.
No, I agree.
What else have we got on here? Paradise 18-19 free program, The Waltz. This one was beautiful, and this one is the cover for this week's episode on Instagram.
Yes.
The fluoro pink dresses. It was a beautiful program.
It was.
Some of the other ones, all their dresses have always been exactly the same.
Yeah.
But I feel like this one was just magnificent.
Yeah.
They looked like they had ball gowns on.
Yeah, they did, you're right.
And there was one where the girls were like literally doing the over splits and they had one leg and a girl. Oh.
I remember that. Oh yeah.
And Revenge of Madame Butterfly. Yeah.
One of the most incredible things I've ever witnessed with my own eyes.
22-23. Les Mis Marigold 2009-2010. If you don't know, that's white and red dresses. Again, referencing the dresses so everyone knows they were like fully white with like red bits at the top and bottom. Very good. Les Supreme short program 24-25, the La Boheme, the black and blue, which is this season.
Can we just pause? Because I saw On Ice Perspectives were with Les Supremes this past few days. So keep your eyes out. I love every year when they come out, I'm like, oh, it's just incredible to watch.
Some sneaky, what's his name? Jordan. Sneaky videography.
I also like watching Pascal when he coaches as well in the little corner. It's so cool.
Jordan, can we please have some of that?
Yeah, literally.
Behind the scenes, thank you.
Where were we?
Short program Nova 23-24.
Oh,
yes!
This was incredible.
Call me the Blondie program. 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
I don't know if we mentioned this in our favourite programs, but this has to be up there with one of mine.
It has to be, yeah.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I agree.
Haydenette's last season, short program, so 23-24. Claire de Lune, they had the blue velvety dresses, just beautiful. 21-22 from Marigold, their short program, Nordic Spirit, greeny, bluey dresses, like lime greeny kind of thing.
They're pretty.
Not my favourite, not gonna lie. Oh.
And that is a prime example of how this is not scripted. Yeah. Because I quite like them. Moving on. Les Supreme short program 22-23. Lady à la Casa. Oh, those dresses were insane. They were so different.
Amazing. Amazing. Those were the pink dresses with the red flower.
We
do have another segment.
They were purple dresses.
Purple dresses.
Yeah.
We do have another segment, well, literally next for your favourite dresses, but it's just easier to remember the program.
No, I agree. Visual learning.
Rockettes Breathe short program 22-23. Yes. The dresses that were like floaty white birds kind of. It wasn't like the mirrors white ones that they had a couple years prior. Or like Nightmares or whatever that was. They look like Swan Lake almost. Beautiful. Yeah. Unique's Betrayed program 1920, the black and red.
I wasn't a massive fan.
Well, there was a lot of drama that year with them.
Yes, there was.
Like, there were, like, rumours as to why it was called Betrayed and all this sort of stuff, so...
Which we might find out at a later episode.
You never know. Free program from Unique in 22-23, The Unbearable Lightness of Being. We've said Incarnation, haven't we? Yes, I believe we have. And then so there's a loyal British fan in there bringing up the rear.
Thank
with
you.
An Icicles free program 23-24 Chasing Cars.
Very kind of you.
Nice. So overall, the percentage wise, favourite programs, short and free. Short got 32%. Or if you want to be specific, 32.26. And free got 67.74%. So it's like A few quick mentions of junior. Favorite programs in the shirt: Ice Ignite 23-24. Teams Elite Missy Elliott 21-22. Yes, agree. Mentioned this last episode with Quinn.
And I went and watched it again after we spoke about it. I had to.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Again, Teams Elite Sound of Silence 1920. I Want to Hold Your Hand DC Edge 1920. And Eye of the Tiger Icicles 23-24.
I've just got to mention Teams Elite's Black Swan free program of this year.
Beautiful.
Holy moly, go watch it.
Again, Quinn was right when they go into the spins.
Oh.
On the music. Oh.
Go and watch it.
Excellent.
You have to. Right, should we talk favourite dresses?
Yeah, go on.
Again, no surprise, I think, with the first senior mention is Requiem, which is Rockettes 22-23, free program. Was it their free?
Beautiful.
Am I right in saying that?
Yes. Didn't we just talk about it? Requiem? Yes, free. Red and purple dresses.
Yeah. Second mention, which I agree with. I don't think you agree with, Sabrina, though, do you? He had it coming. Unique this season, sorry. I love them. I think they're stunning. But whatever. Next is Everest. Leslie Prem's last year's winning program.
I do think they were beautiful dresses.
They're not my favourite, though.
They're not my favourite, no.
I think Leslie Prem's have had way nicer. Stunning.
They fit the theme perfectly.
Yeah.
Jazz.
But those Madame Butterfly ones, for example, they were stunning.
See, I was gonna go the Never Tear Us Apart, which comes later, or which someone said the green is slick. Oh, stunning.
Or do you even like their Proud Mary ones? Anyway, we digress. We've got another mention for Breathe again.
Breathe, the whites, the floatiness, yeah.
Another mention. Yeah, another mention for Chasing Cars Icicles. We really appreciate it. Thank you. I like those dresses, apart from them not fitting.
I didn't.
Yeah, let's just move on.
I got a chub at the back of my neck.
That's a you problem, Sabrina, not the dress.
When a large human being was fitting in a small dress. Once again, the gap between my neck and the bit that went around my neck
just grew. It grew for the whole season and got bigger. Anyway, so I agree with this one. Ice United's Brazil routine.
They fit the music perfectly.
They did.
And I think they were fun dresses.
They did. Never Tear Us Apart. Yeah, I do agree. They were beautiful dresses. We've got another little shout out for a real fan here for Sabrina. Nova Australia's love runs out.
Cedum, she just called you a fan.
No, I mean like a fan of you.
Yeah, I'm saying Chloe's my Australian sister. We lived together for 4 years.
Yeah, so she's repping
and
you.
So you're calling her my fan?
Yeah.
You hear that, Cedum? Sorry,
anyway,
that wasn't anonymous. Sorry.
Sabrina, tell us about those dresses, please.
They're just beautiful.
But why?
I think I talked about them in my favourite episode, my favourite dresses episode, where they were just the top was black mesh, dresses, black mesh, and they were just completely covered in crystals, and then they had 3/4 sleeves with a little gap in the shoulders. I don't know. If I can be bothered, maybe I'll make a TikTok and include a photo of them.
She can be bothered. She's just woken up.
It's a lot of work, all right? TikTok is a lot more work than I had anticipated.
Next up is Will You Be There, Les Supremes. And then finally, I agree with this one. Who Wants to Live Forever, the Haydenettes last year. I agree with that one more because you could hear a pin drop in that arena when they skated, and that's why I think it's so cool. The dresses were beautiful, but a couple junior mentions. We've got Glamorous by Fantastic, Eleanor Rigby by Solway Stars. That was their last year skate, both for them last year. And then Crystalette's Storm, Lightning, Free. They had black sparkly short dresses. So yeah, stunning. I do need to mention the amount of people that just said overall Rockettes dresses, and I do agree. They're just so different.
They're with the gymnastics dresses.
Yeah.
They're just so much going on. The detail is unreal.
Yeah.
And I think we said that in the Fashion Police.
It's
just crazy.
Shall we get a bit more juicy?
Let's get going.
Right. Let's transition into something a bit more juicy. So crank that volume up. We're going to talk judging.
Ooh. Shall we start with if people think it's fair or not?
100%. Let's do it.
So it was just a yes or no poll. Pretty straightforward. Yes to judging being fair was 34%.
Oh dear.
No to judging being fair was 66%.
Oh dear. Oh goodness. Right. I knew it would be in favour of no, but I didn't think it would be that much.
That drastic.
Yeah. Shall we get your hot takes on judging? Shall we see what people have said?
And then we'll talk about it afterwards, yeah. And why they've picked this way.
So we've got GEO for an element depends very much on reputation.
GEO?
Oh my gosh. Can we please say that again?
No, you gotta leave that in.
No. Sabrina, I've been working 10-hour days and then I had to type these fucking things out.
GOE. It's alright, we'll let Afton off.
No, we're cutting all of that out.
Okay,
we're cutting all of that out. Okay, so shall we alternate them?
Yeah, okay.
And shall we talk about each one?
If
like,
we
yeah, I
think we
agree.
need to.
Yeah. Okay, first up, GOE for an element depends very much on reputation. I agree. I do agree.
Yeah.
I think my biggest bugbear is when teams fall and you get so many more minuses if you're in maybe the lower half, but if you're in the upper half, you're getting like a -1. That's what irks me.
But does that have to do with how the team stays together?
But I think even in a comparable fall into a top team and a lower team,
it should be the GOE should be the same.
And it's not.
Yeah.
So valid point.
Well-trained judges are good, but poorly trained judges will screw you over. Yeah.
Enough said.
No notes. None at all.
This one is interesting. Not all judges are taught to score GOE the same way, so it's inconsistent.
When there is a chart, like there is actually what is it called? It's not a schedule. There's a name for it. There's a chart with what each level of GOE is supposed to... That's it. That's the word we're looking for. There is a scale with what it is supposed to be, but obviously in the moment, perhaps some have it slightly different in their heads. Ooh. Well-liked teams get better GOE and component scores. Yes, I think
there's a theme here, isn't there? There's a theme developing.
Yeah. Well, the next one's the same.
Lots of favouritism, yeah.
The silence speaks volumes.
It does, yes. Let's move on.
No notes. Oh, this one's a good one.
I agree so much with this.
Wish that we skated anonymously so that it would be scored without bias. That would be so interesting.
Yeah, agree. Couldn't agree more.
I wonder how you'd even implement that. Like,
just next on ice, team number 1.
Yeah,
easy.
True.
You put everyone's name in a hat, draw out the skating order, and you go. I could not agree more. I think it'd be a really interesting experiment. Maybe we try and look to do this and we get a judge that would be willing to and a text back and we give them like 5 videos and we try and find videos that aren't that well known of them training or something and we get them to score elements.
You'd like to maybe have teams less well known so it's easier to keep it different. But you'd like to think that the judges that are, or the panels that are trained at the top level are less so, and a lot of this, I think we have a lot of hot takes from smaller competitions and stuff like that where the judges are less so.
I think someone makes a valid point at the bottom though, and we'll get to it I'm sure, but they say subjective sport, subjective judging. It is, at the end of the day it is, and that's it's right. And really what can we do about it?
When it boils down to it, especially in the judging aspect, that's what it is. Tech specialist slightly different because there is specific rules. But judging. I mean, It used to be 6.0, for goodness sake. Like,
How ridiculous is that?
Anyway, after the bias. Oh, this one's interesting.
You go, because I think this is more
Me?
your thing. Yeah.
If/when judging could be replaced by AI.
That's scary.
It's terrifying. I feel like it would be more tech spec side because there's set rules and constraints that you can put into AI that would
I think it'd be hard.
Oh yeah, I don't think it would ever happen. I don't like AI in the first place.
No, me neither. Not in our lifetimes, at least, I hope.
No, there's so many reasons as to why it's bad. But interesting point. Very, very interesting point. I guess it's no they already use like data relay and all that sort of stuff, computer relay, and that's starting to use the technology.
That's data for those that don't understand Sabrina's accent. Next one's interesting. I'm not aware that there's a lot of corruption, but this person said too much corruption and bias in the sport. We'll leave it there.
I think there's a gossipy one later on that mentions that a little bit.
Oh yes, we'll get to that later.
So maybe there is. Maybe. Not everyone understands or interprets the rules the same. Yes, I mean, they do go over it, and there's documents that are supposed to outline it, but you're right, like it's always going to be referred to differently.
Too easy for the judge to be biased, even with those top and bottom scores taken off. Yeah, valid point. It is a valid point.
Yeah.
We've all looked at a score sheet, haven't we, and seen someone giving us a 3 and someone giving us a -1, and you're like,
Yeah? What? Judges come to a comp knowing who they want to go on the podium and give lower GOE to make this happen.
Oh, I hope that doesn't happen, blimey. That would be pretty rubbish if it does. Oh, sorry, my turn.
Okay.
This one's so biased, yep, too political.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, judged by the names, not over the quality of execution. Yeah.
Big names get higher scores for no reason, and the name has a huge impact on scoring. Yeah, these are all common themes.
The same. Some teams overrated. Some teams just get points for their names. Interesting. Very interesting.
Which moves us nicely into country bias, really, doesn't it?
Indeed. Which is
wow,
alarming. Although, am I surprised? I don't know.
I'm not surprised,
country bias.
But it's not good.
No said 20%.
Oh dear.
Yes said 80%.
Oh,
so 80% of you said that yes, there is a country bias.
Oh,
and who's the worst for the bias? I don't know if that means as in like internally or externally. Perhaps we didn't clarify, but
yeah, true.
Overall, the countries that got the worst biased were Canada, Finland, USA, and Russia, which makes sense. They're the big three, so the rest of the world kind of feels like they're chasing them and not able to get there. But sometimes I feel like you just have to look at their skating versus everyone that is chasing them. Like there is a reason
they are
the
next level. Yeah.
They are, and they're
like,
words like they're
some of the stuff they do. Yeah,
there's the competition. It's the countries that don't have the same number of senior teams in the top division or even junior teams. Like, yes, you can keep getting better, but when you have other teams that you're literally fighting for against, of course you're going to be a better quicker.
These teams are like fighting to the death for those spots at Worlds, aren't they? So
they are.
They will be on the ice 20 hours a week, making themselves better.
Then there's 2 teams that have been named for having a lot of bias. I'm going to say these came from a lot of internal national level from people that responded this. USA have obviously said Haydenets. I mean, they've been national champions for like eternity, basically.
Yeah.
And so there is something that comes with their name, which I do understand. There is that expectation, but is that expectation there because they present it every time? Or is it... It probably does give them a slight advantage if something goes wrong.
It does, but like these teams have, I think, earned their names. They've not just been given them, have they? Like,
this is true.
They've not just woke up one day and been like, I'm the Haydenets. You know, these are like...
True.
There's a lot of work gone into those names.
But then the same has also been said for Les Supreme in Canada.
Yeah. And I would only echo the same. They've worked hard for that name.
But I can also understand frustration, I guess. If people feel like that.
Yeah.
Perhaps in other divisions too, where the lower teams from the same clubs, perhaps people feel like they're not treated as fairly.
Every country's got its own internal politics, hasn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does. Moving on.
We'll just see how many. See how many of you wanted to be tech spec and judge. I'm surprised how close this one was.
Me too. I thought it was going to be different.
What did you think it was going to be?
I thought it was going to be more for tech spec, but maybe that's just because that's the way my brain works.
More for judge.
Ooh,
because there's more judges.
Yeah, okay.
So we've got 48% tech spec and 52% judge. So pretty even split.
Yeah, very even.
Interesting.
Nice.
Should we talk about everyone's favourite comps?
Yeah.
Or should we do comp rituals first?
Or maybe do comp rituals. That's quite a nice one.
Okay, let's do it. There's some funny ones.
Our resident data analyst has split us up into some lovely categories.
AKA me.
For competition rituals. There was a lot, so very sorry if we miss any out, but we've narrowed down a bunch that we want to talk about. First category is food. Always eating a mint or an orange before getting on the ice.
That is very specific, and they do not go together.
No.
So I hope it's one or the other.
Not both at the same time.
Having half a banana and a paracetamol to calm the nerves. How random.
I understand the banana, bit of last minute energy.
The paracetamol, do you need to talk to someone about that? Is that a problem at this point? I'm not sure it should be used to calm the nerves.
Does it calm nerves? That's a new one. I'm very intrigued. But if it works for you, it works for you. Gatorade?
You've got to say this. No, try again in an American accent.
Gatorade.
There we go. Well done.
That was so bad. Sorry.
I agree. I used to have a Lucozade sport on my comp days.
Or Powerade. It's all the same aids.
Yeah. A mandarin before entering the ice for comp.
Some of you really like this vitamin C.
Are we talking like before we step on the ice, we're eating it while we're lining up? Or is it in the changing room? Like, how close before we enter the ice are we talking? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it's a very refreshing taste in your mouth, I suppose.
But we're healthy girls and boys, aren't we? We're healthy people.
Cleansed.
Look at all that fruit.
Yeah, this is true. I used to have a slice of chocolate, like a little round piece of chocolate.
Yeah, we used to have Jaffa cakes. So, orange flavoured, but not fruit.
Okay, the next category is skates. I feel like this one's a bit more common.
Yeah, I do this every single time I put my skates on.
Left skate on first.
Yeah,
so you pick
always.
Whichever one you put on first. Guard placement.
Yeah. Like on the barrier, I think that was.
Have to have it in a certain place or in the little container or whatever. Guard colours, wears a specific type of guard for competitions only. That's kind of cute. And then stick your laces down. Yes.
Is
You've been traumatised by cut laces or...
coming undone or anything.
Yeah, that. I agree.
So let's talk about some team ones. We've got a little pinky handhold in the circle before we skate. Nice little calm of the nerves. Yeah, like that. The captain of this team breathes and squeezes each of the skaters. I'm not sure what that means, but I like it.
Cute.
It's cute.
Taking their role nicely.
I love the next one.
Yeah,
Pour
it's
imaginary
cool.
glitter on themselves. That's so cute.
I
love that. We've got some other ones, so like music, screaming, vomming, which means a loud scream. Before any of you think we make ourselves throw up, we absolutely do not do that. We've got some specific music here. So we've got a Pitch Perfect riff off. Excellent choice. Lady Gaga, superb. J-Ho, incredible. Beautiful choices. And then we've got handshakes. Yes, I used to do this with a few girls. Specific handshakes, and sayings. I like how they do a handshake in the group lift. I like that.
Yeah, that's always a good one.
Yeah. Bit of confidence. And cartwheels during warm-up. That just
This one's a bit rogue.
That sounds a bit dangerous if you ask me, but whatever calms you down.
Then we have something that coaches can specifically do. There's one where a coach wears a specific coat because it brings better results at competition.
Interesting.
And then we also have one about getting onto the ice with a specific boot first, or like left foot first.
And then we've got some beauty ones. So lucky perfume, or colour of the underwear matches the dress colour. That's quite a common one. I like that one.
Yeah, we saw that. I've seen that a bit.
And then some superstitions, which I am superstitious in every single day of my life. So I'm gonna enjoy talking about these ones.
I'm gonna smash a mirror later and see what happens.
No, do not do that. So we've got touching feet. Cool.
What does that even mean?
I'm not sure, but if it makes them feel better, then that's okay.
Yep.
We've got touching the ice. I do that. You got to get your fall out the way.
Yeah.
Someone said both long and short days have to go the same.
Keep the routine the same?
Yeah. I like that. I'm like a dog. I need routine, so I can resonate.
Rough.
I have no words for that. I just got barked at by Sabrina. The next one is, which could be quite tricky. Whoever does their bun on the first comp has to do it for the rest of the season. Now, I used to have the same person each long and short day, but God, whole season, that's a lot of effort. Got things like touching door frames, touching wood, tap everything, in focus. I like that one, tapping like your legs in. That's cool. Mental rehearsal with eyes closed. That's a good one. Kiss the locker room door before heading out. They're nice ones. I like them.
Very wholesome. I like it a lot. In the same theme of competitions, moving on to the actual competitions themselves, away from the rituals, we asked favourites and least favourites. So we've split it up into international versus national competitions because we had a bit of variety.
We did.
And also a couple conflicting ones as well, which is going to be funny.
Awkward.
Shall we start? Should we start with favourites and do least favourites second?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Favourite internationals. We have Trophy de Écosse.
Do not agree. Sorry.
Because it's a lovely atmosphere.
No.
I think for anyone international it's cool because you get to come to Scotland.
Yes, but it is in one of the worst parts of Scotland, and it is cold and wet and miserable always because it's in winter in Scotland.
So we know that would be one of Afton's least favourite.
Yeah, I'll get off my soapbox there.
Again, as an international skater, very fun because Scotland, very different. If you had to go to it many, many years in a row, I understand. French Cup got a lot of votes for being an international.
Agree.
Great atmosphere and fan base. Yes, they have the parade. They invite school kids to come watch the official practices. Like, it's a big deal. And then the arena's full when you skate.
Yeah, it's ace.
Again, vibes in having a whole stadium full with the locals and ambiance. So yeah, it's just all round good vibes. Opening ceremony's always good.
Only competition I ever fell at, annoyingly.
So not Afton's good vibes.
Yeah, we're not getting off to a good start for me, are we? But I love the comp. I'd love to go back and watch.
It is so cool. I think it's great. Spring Cup, because Italy is so beautiful. Not because of the competition itself, just because you get to go to Italy.
Fair enough. It's like Mozart Cup because it's in Salzburg, because it's pretty.
Yeah. Britannia Cup, which is will have come out this weekend. They'll probably be on the ice when this episode even comes out.
Yeah,
so good luck.
The day 1 of competition.
Yeah.
Oh no, it'll be day 3
day
of competition. Day 3 when this comes out. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. So good luck to
everyone
there.
Cool junior teams there this year. So watch out on the
a good one.
live stream.
People have said love seeing all the skaters, and this is obviously I'm going to say Nottingham local home rink, and it's the national championship. So
yeah.
They really enjoy that one. Dresden Cup got some good nominations here because of its organisation. Everyone has said that it's very well run, good atmosphere. Even the judges danced. It was founded by a skater's mother, so all round just very well done.
Even the judges danced.
So shout out to Dresden Cup.
Good job, Dresden.
You've got some. I've never been. So
no, me neither.
Shout out. Doing some cool things. We've already mentioned Mozart Cup, but a couple mentions for that. So many good teams. Yeah, there's pretty much always a good roundup of competition at in Salzburg. Cool arena, not huge.
It's holding Junior Worlds in a few years, isn't it? Or Senior Worlds? I think it's Senior Worlds.
Is it? Oh, sorry.
And it's tiny, so yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Budapest Cup, no comment, just Budapest Cup was put forward, so yeah, great, excellent. In Hungary, love that. Shanghai Trophy, I do think this is cool, getting to compete along other disciplines, and just a completely different part of the world that doesn't really have any other synchro stuff. So.
I wish it was both programs. I do.
It was this year, wasn't it?
Oh yes, I stand corrected. It was. Yeah. Sorry.
Previously, I think it was just short.
Yes. It's just so early in the season.
Yeah, which is perhaps why it's sometimes quite hard. And I'm pretty sure it's invitational too.
Yeah, I'd like to learn more about Shanghai Trophy. But maybe we've got a guest coming on that's been. Who knows?
Then, of course, we have Worlds, Junior Worlds and Senior Worlds. Just the atmosphere, diversity of teams and the number of teams there, the after parties. All round, it's the pinnacle. Everyone looks forward to it. Everyone's excited by it. What's not to love, really? I mean, obviously varies each year depending on where it's held.
Yeah. Shall we shout out some people's favourite nationals? So we've got Easterns in America. We've got a couple of shout outs. It's a nerve-wracking but super exciting comp apparently. Loads of teams go there. We've got Skate Ontario Synchro Series 1 because of the good energy, the good hype up. It's the first comp of the season. Vibe between the teams is good. We've got US Midwestern Sectionals, which is in Kansas. Now, that is a place I would like to go purely because that is where Taylor Swift's boyfriend plays football.
No, isn't he Kansas City? That's different.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think Kansas is... Fact check. One moment, please.
No,
I'm pretty sure it's different. What is the team called again?
Kansas City Chiefs.
No, they're from Missouri. Kansas City's in Missouri. I knew I wasn't going crazy.
Well, that's confusing, but this person likes US Midwestern Sectionals because the venue is huge and has an amazing atmosphere.
The amount of competitions that America
I know, it's
has
so cool.
Is also like Midwestern Sectionals. What does that even mean?
I know, it's so cool.
Maybe we need to get someone on here to explain that.
Yeah. We've got the Fall Classic, got mentioned in Cali. For goodness sake, a competition in Cali, that is so cool. This person likes it because it's pretty warm and everyone debuts their new programme. Like
so it must be early in the season.
So it's the exact opposite of Dumfries. Pretty and warm. And finally, Italian Championships got a mention because the people who said this, who I guess must obviously be Italian, that's really stupid. They always feel so... God, that was so stupid. They always feel so proud with the crowd cheering for them.
That's a nice one. I like that. Because Italy's got a few teams now. Like, there's a couple junior teams, a couple senior teams. There's a lot that's going on. And they're doing some good work.
Right, least favourite. Come on. Let's hear it.
This is the exciting part.
Can I say the first one? Because this is very narrow-minded, I'm going to say, whoever said this. I'm just going to say it. And I mean no hate with that. Their least favourite competition is any nationals apart from Finland, America and Canada. So basically what they're saying is they only like Finland, America and Canadian competition.
because everything else is too predictable.
Hey,
I guess there's
fair.
not as many teams.
Yeah.
If there's one senior team in the country, you're pretty much guaranteed to know who's going to win. So
Look,
you're not wrong.
Entitled to your opinion is just a funny answer.
This is where we get the controversial. Afton will agree with this. Least favourite international is Dumfries. Someone said, "Do I even need to expand?" This is trophy to cost, by the way. Dumfries is where it's located. Do I even need to expand?
Yeah.
There's a lot of slander for trophy to cost.
I've been going there for years, Sabrina. Years. Too many years.
That's just sad. I feel sad for Dumfries. It's where Solway are based, is it not? Solway Stars?
Yes. It's not no problem with it being your home rink. Great, but to have an ISU challenger there? Yeah, the silence is golden. We'll move on.
Least favourite was the 2023 Junior Worlds. I'm very sorry to this organising committee. Apparently there was no live stream and no merch. Cannot fact check.
Definitely was a live stream.
I've got no idea, to be honest. I tapped out in 2023.
Surely there was.
Don't know. They were very, very strongly opinionated on this matter.
Yeah.
This one, Spring Cup. This is funny. Someone's just said a previous experience was a nightmare. No other comment, just nightmare.
Oh, God.
Something obviously happened there. We'd love to know.
Yeah, story time. Hit us up in our DMs, please.
But that's funny. That's funny.
So,
Spring Cup was always a big one, though.
Yeah.
Oh, they always had so many teams. Sorry.
No. I didn't mean to interrupt there. Carry on.
I forgot. I'm done now.
Okay. We'll talk about least favourite national ones now. America got hit hard, unfortunately.
They did, yeah.
So Stars and Stripes in America, I'm not sure where. The ice rink's too cold and they have to change in tents outside. Yeah, much like rough. Dumfries.
You're not changing in a tent?
Oh, no, you're warming up in a tent. My bad. And then poor old Porter, classic, I think it is, in America, got hit 3 times.
The iconic, yeah, that's really sad, Dr. Porter. So
we've got too chaotic. This next one gets me. It's always cold and grey. Relatable. And they're always running late and it's so crowded.
I believe it's a huge competition though, so that's probably why it's chaotic.
Yeah. A bit of chaos is good, I think.
Yeah.
Australian, States and NZ Nationals both got a shout out for being too early in the season.
This I very much agree with. Growing up having skated this is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
New Zealand Nationals is in October.
Some people don't even have teams in October.
No, which is why it's completely... I was going to say the F word, but I'm going to refrain. It's cooked.
Well done.
Thank you so much. Restraint. Because the season starts very differently. And it has a lot to do with our summertime, because we take school holidays and everyone goes on holiday, like the whole country goes on holiday.
Obviously most people will know New Zealand is literally, it's in the southern hemisphere, right? So its seasons are flipped.
Yeah.
So
it makes training over the summer a lot harder.
Yeah.
And like rinks shut for a couple of days, like all that sort of stuff. But it's just so early.
When's Australian States?
Australian States is around the same time.
Right.
Depends on the state,
early.
but their nationals is in December.
Right.
Usually like the first week
That's
of December.
better.
It is better, but again, still quite early
but
compared to the rest of the world. I think it's more of a preparation thing, like anything on this side of the world. If you're going to travel or if you're going to go any further, booking that travel needs to be done so far in advance. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I do agree it's stupid.
The final one cracks me up. So this person has mentioned Skate London, which for those who don't know, which will be probably a fair few. Skate London is obviously in London. It's in Lee Valley, London. It's the first competition of the season for the UK teams. It's a huge competition because Synchro is growing so quickly in the UK at the minute. It's
huge now.
It's insane. So we try and cram as much in as we can. I think it's still over 2 days. Might have gone to 3 now, but it's just, and the rink's quite small really for the amount of people that there's. Full size rink, mine, but just not a lot of seating, so it's busy, it's chaotic, a bit like Porter. But this person said they don't like it because the food is rubbish.
That's so funny.
You're a person of my soul. That is, yeah. The food's rubbish, so they don't like Skate London. I actually think the words that they used was scran was rubbish, but I thought some people might not know what scran meant.
Oh, you should have said scran. What do you mean? Confuse some non-Brits.
Cool, that was competitions. Nice.
Ooh,
I think it's time for the juicy things. I think we'll go for funniest thing that's happened to your team, and then we'll go for gossip, shall we?
Okay.
Right, funniest thing that's happened to your team. Again, the lovely data analysis, aka me, split these into some headings. Sabrina, you can go for the first ones.
Should we start with general shenanigans?
Yeah, let's do it.
Whole team got stuck in an elevator.
Oh, it's happened to me. It's awful.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of anything worse.
No,
Claustrophobia.
Whoa. Yeah.
A skater fangirled so hard over his team skating to Pitbull that she cried, and then got a photo with them later. Honestly, if you're a fan of Pitbull, you go girl. Yeah, I agree. Mr. Worldwide is incredible.
Oh my god! We're on 2 different time zones. How did we just do that?
Zoom never usually links up like that. That was perfect timing.
Wow.
But it's for Mr. Worldwide, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Worldwide is God. He is God.
Is incredible. No notes. Yeah. I agree. I'm going. I'm saying the next one. A skater always came to training on a specific drug and no one did anything about it. Is that... give you an indication of
Move on.
That's funny. Sorry, but that's funny.
Move on.
A girl from another team fell in love with our only male skater and asked for a pic when they met. Look, fangirl?
Yeah, it's fine.
Unrequited love? Questionable, but we fangirl over people all the time. Yeah. I can understand why it can be embarrassing and you would love to rip the shit out of the guy that had to take the photo.
Sorry, I just read the next one. I lost it. I've actually lost it.
You had to copy these out. Okay, we ready? Are you ready? Are we composed? A flyer in our split lift ripped her vagina open and had to have it stitched back together. I'd love to know the details. How was it ripped open? Was it in the split it was ripped open, or was it ripped open somewhere else? Do we actually want to know the details?
No. Oh my god, that's like childbirth. I'm crying right now. So I wrote these out after like long days at work, and I didn't really read them until I'm now talking about them, and oh my god, that made me cry. Oh, wow.
Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. Then we have a coach has a tendency to lose her part of the team at the airport and just does her own thing. Sometimes she doesn't even know where she's going herself.
Relatable. I don't know where I'm going half the time.
She's like, I'm tapped out. I don't want to deal with you lot. I have to deal with you on the ice. I ain't dealing with you at the airport.
Oh god.
Yeah, fair. I'm gonna mention this one. You have
yeah.
This one is just someone farted in a quiet circle. I feel like that would happen more often than we realise.
All the time. Dropping silent but deadlies.
I used to skate off and do it like...
I thought you were going to say something else then.
No, like you'd skate off to a different part.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Away.
It's courtesy. Right.
It is. Oh, I've got a...
Go on.
I do have a fart story.
Go on.
I'm not going to mention names, but we were doing off ice in a very enclosed room with limited windows. And all of a sudden, it started smelling like rotten egg. And we opened the windows, and the culprit was like the first person and very passionate about the fact that it must have been the like bad plumbing or something outside. And so we opened like the 2 windows that were there, and literally everyone vacated the room for about 5 minutes, and we stood outside in the hallway until it was relatively clear. She only admitted to doing it about like 4 years down the track. I was like, do you remember that time? And we went, yeah. And she's like, yeah, that was me. And we were like, yeah, so we knew it. Oh, it was just hilarious.
Sometimes like childish humour like that is just the best.
Sometimes it's just what you need. Yeah, it really is.
Okay, comp related. A top team's captain they've said pooped on, but I'm going to say pooed on by a bird on the day before winning Worlds.
So good luck, it's an omen.
It is. That would mean to me every time that captain would have to get pooed on by a bird, else they wouldn't win.
Crazy superstitious.
This was a crazy one. A hotel that a team stayed in for nationals flooded and froze over, so they had to change hotels.
I just have visions of like skating through the lobby.
Oh my god, yeah. They have footwear to be able to like get around.
Surely that's the least of our problems.
I feel kind of bad for the next one.
No, I don't. This is funny.
We've all been in this situation, okay? A teammate peed on themselves during a medal ceremony. Oh. I hope they at least collected a gold medal.
Girls gotta go when the girls gotta go. What if there was like a little yellow puddle that froze over on the ice?
Don't.
And trickled down their leg. Oh, gets into the costume? Like,
oh god,
all the after effects that you have to think about. Was it in the boots? Did you have to clean out the boots?
God.
I'm so fascinated.
The boots would smell for so long.
How the complications that come with such an event.
This one's scary, not funny. Coming back from Worlds and the plane's engine broke and they had to emergency land. Screw that.
That's a lot.
Another elevator stuck in an elevator one for 3 hours before the official practice. God,
that's a long time.
Yeah. We've got a team here skating the wrong way at nationals because obviously like you.
Half the team. Half the team.
Yeah, half. Sorry, my
so
bad.
one went one way, one went the other way.
That is quite funny. Oh, that's so funny. And then this team's public transport didn't work at Junior Worlds, and they had to run 2K to get to the rink with their bags and their dresses.
Oh, that's
Screw
rough.
that. Isn't it? You'd rock up so sweaty it'd be horrible. Gross.
You'd be exhausted before you even start. Like, sorry, I've already run 2K. I'm not competing.
Brie would be
today.
like, no, I'm out.
I'm out. Sorry.
Bree's not a runner, okay? She's not a runner. To put it politely.
At all. If I'm running, something's wrong. I'm gonna merge these two together. Practice / showcase related.
Yeah.
I feel like this has probably happened to a few people, but if it happens in an unfortunate place, it's rough. When you have a fall and then leggings get cut open or split open and you continue doing it. You have to keep going your run through without realising that there's a lovely big hole somewhere that perhaps you don't want a hole to be. Rough. But the show must go on. You must continue.
The show must go on.
Who's singing now?
Yeah, right?
I'm really hoping this is a false nail, but someone lost a nail during an intersection and they spent ages trying to find it.
Oh.
Otherwise, I'm envisioning like a whole normal fingernail being ripped off.
Yeah, ouch.
Otherwise,
How
false
gross.
nail, that's just funny. Also, I feel like you shouldn't be skating with ridiculously long nails.
Agree. It's like netball. They should be short.
Because you otherwise, not good.
agree.
And then finally, a team skated a showcase in a hockey interval with the music on 2 times speed.
Oh my god, that would be awful.
I mean, props to them if they manage to keep it together and can move their timing up to twice the count.
Yeah, literally, that is insane skill. If that was able
That's
to happen.
hilarious. So that's what's happened within people's own teams.
Now it's time to talk about the gossip we've all heard.
From other teams, or about other teams. I think we should start with column E and work our way to column A.
Okay, I'll start with that. So, we all know Synchro's not in the Olympics, the greatest travesty known to the 21st century, in my opinion. And this person has heard that it's because it's too hard to film, even though that there are great live streams out there. So I had heard that it was because there was too many athletes and there was a too big a gap between top and bottom.
But if you base it on the world's live stream from last year...
I was just about to say that. It was terrible.
Atrocious.
Can we don't even really need to follow a team. Just give us a wide pan from above.
I don't want the zoom-ins.
No.
I want to see the whole thing.
Wide angle from above. That's all I need to see.
Maybe an occasional zoom in on the slow-mos afterwards.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the perfect place for the zoom-ins.
Yeah.
Otherwise, get rid of zooms. We just want to see the full thing. Very passionately talking about this because it completely destroys the program.
Yeah, it does, and you can't watch it.
I don't want to see one skater at the beginning of the program.
Or the worst part, when they zoom into, like, the torso or the foot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on.
I can't actually see what they're doing right now. Thank you for this ridiculous point of view.
Sorry, I've got very irate about this. This is really wound me up. It's really got me.
But I agree. Film it better. Notes to the worlds this year, please.
Please.
No zooming.
No zooming.
None. Get rid of it.
Service announcement. No zooming on Synchro live streams.
Ugh.
Okay, let's talk some bad coaching rumours.
Oh, should I do this one?
Yeah, go for it.
Some of these are kind of funny. If a team does poorly, a certain coach leaves them alone at the kiss and cry.
Ouch.
That's sad.
That's so sad.
Yeah, imagine how you'd feel as one of those skaters.
Yeah.
They already know they've done crap. Like, there's no need to make them feel worse about it.
Like, at what point are you in it for yourself there instead of the skaters?
The skaters,
point, you know?
Yeah, you're supposed to be there to support the skaters.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if they do badly at the end of the day.
Calling that one out. If that's you, get your shit
Sort
together.
yourselves out. That's not okay.
No, I agree. There's a coach whose main goal is to make her skaters cry so they are afraid of her and listen.
Interesting.
You're just shit scared, so you do what you're told.
God.
Quaking at the knees.
Yeah, I don't like that. If anybody needs help, you can talk to us, okay? If this is a safe space. You can reach out to us. We'll be there to listen, just so you know.
Safe space. I'm not going to mention the team name.
Yeah, good idea.
But I feel like... should I mention the country?
No. She's going to do it. It's inferred. Everyone will know.
If you fall in competition for this particular team that we haven't seen in a while, then you are kicked out of the team.
Yeesh.
You know, it's sad that I don't not believe that.
Oh, 100%. It's very believable.
Yeah. Because don't they have, they have a height restriction for their trials and all this sort of stuff. They've got crazy amounts of things. Oh, how I'd love to be a fly on a wall.
This one's not cool. If this is true, this next one's not cool.
Again, get your shit together.
Yeah.
Making a skater compete with a concussion. Get your shit together. That's not okay.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I feel like there's some countries that don't take concussion quite seriously, and they need to.
You can literally die from a concussion if it's bad enough. If it's just like a bleed on the brain.
But it's something that's not taken very seriously in many parts of the world. Not good at all.
Okay.
I want to mention this one as well, because this is about bad coach. Is it about bad coaches? Or is it just about coaching?
I know what you're going to say now, bloody hell. Go on, open up that can of worms.
Well, there's two. There's one where there is a top team that only has specific skaters that are allowed to talk to their coach. Which is wild. So if you have a problem, you have to go to this other skater, and then that skater brings it to the coach.
I don't think any amount of want to skate for a team would make me want to do that.
No. Again, this is all like gossip, hearsay, thearsay, but... Yeah. So who knows if this one is, in particular, feels very far-fetched, but... Yeah. Kind of entertaining. And then this one also... Did I do this one as well?
Yeah, fine. Go for it.
Basically, a lot of people just said the name Anu.
Yes. I'll give a bit of context to be impartial. Yes. So, Anu is one of the biggest names in Synchro, I would say. She coached Marigold Ice Unity for years.
She founded, didn't she?
Yeah. We're talking longer than I've even been alive. Thought of, not even alive, thought about. That woman is Synchro. She no longer coaches Marigold, and I'm not sure it was her choice. And she now coaches alongside Miru with Team Unique. Make of that what you will.
A lot of people, just mentioned that whole drama.
Yes.
And I think we have mentioned it once. Well, we've mentioned it a couple of times slyly. Yes. But a lot of people mention it in these comments, like... Yes. Wondering why, and if it was fair, and if she was kicked out, or if there was a bit of a revolution in the club. Either way, she is an icon.
Yeah, she is. And I feel the team are suffering for losing her.
Yeah, I do too. Matt, I mean, we don't know the circumstances of the current coaches.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're doing a great job, but it's a complicated one. There's a lot of gossip. Yes. We've got a lot of questions.
Yeah, Anu, if you want to talk to us, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, right.
Who do I think I am? Right, next up, we've got the running of certain organisations. Okay, yeah. They've quoted, they paid their way to Worlds. Yeah, we hear that all the time, don't we? And this one cracks me up. A team apparently pulled out and pretended that they were sick, so they didn't have to skate their free program as they had a bad short skate.
That's just poor sportsmanship. There we go.
That. I've had many a bad shorts, and I've still had to get on that ice for the free.
If that's true, that's again a case of bad coaching.
Yeah, sort yourself out.
You don't let that happen.
No.
You have to teach a bit of resilience and perseverance. Shit hits the fan, sure, you keep going.
We get so wrapped up in this bubble, I think, of sport and how it's our whole world, but at the end of the day, it's just skating.
It's just sport. Yeah. We like to forget that. People are dying.
Literally.
Get over yourself. Anyway, let your team skate both programs.
This one cracks me up because there's something about, firstly, an angry parent, but an angry dad. That's a whole new level. This person told us that one dad verbally attacked the winning team at a nationals banquet. Wow.
That's low.
That's a passionate father.
Feel very sorry for the team that got attacked.
Yeah. I hope it wasn't like physical.
Verbally attacked.
Oh yeah, my bad. Move on.
I beat you up.
This one's interesting. Coaches or skaters wrongly reporting coaches to referees or the governing bodies, which is interesting. You're going to get catty behaviour, aren't you, anyway? Like, I'll report you if you do that, so...
Or wrongly reporting, which is very unfortunate, but it is always going to happen. Mm-hmm. We're envious and jealous people sometimes. Mm-hmm. The next one's funny.
That Sabrina and Afton quit competing is the outrageous gossip. Unfortunately, for at least myself, whoever wrote this in, Ella George, it is true for me. I'm not sure if it's true for Sabrina. Care to elaborate?
I feel like I'd love to skate adult.
Oh,
or like just fun.
Sabrina's not done skating at all. She's not.
Thanks, guys.
Right, let's do the final one. Naughty behaviour. I'll let you take this one, Brie. Go for it. Insert devil horns.
I don't even know. I have no words. The vice captain slept with the captain's boyfriend, whilst said captain was asleep in the bed next to them.
What? What?
First of all, the balls to do it while you're in the same bed.
Wow.
What is that called? Exhibitionist?
I have no idea.
Having other people present. Wow.
Yeah, move on. Next one.
Just wow. At a world championship, there was a boy sleeping with half of the girls there. It's very descriptive. I guess that's what's going to happen when you get a bunch of people and...
We're all attractive people in the sport, aren't we? So...
Emotions are high after competing. I guess when you're all staying in the same hotel room, easy access. Same hotel. That's entertaining.
I've got to go for the next one because this is scandalous. Okay, scandalous. A coach got caught sleeping with one of his skaters and got banned.
That's bad. That's so bad.
Oh my God. I need more details to that. Whoever sent that in, give me more. I want more.
I want to know who it is.
I need the juice. I need the goss.
And like the age difference and
was it legal?
Probably
not if he got banned.
That's just like a complete violation of the coach-skater relationship.
And also you throw your career away. Like how stupid.
It's crazy. This one, I won't say which competition, but a big competition. Some older skaters snuck off to lose their virginity to each other.
Wow. I thought I was a badly behaved kid sometimes. I'm joking, Mum, if you're listening, I wasn't. But you know, like...
you snuck in your phone?
No, but this is what I mean.
I played my Nintendo DS under the covers.
Yes. I had Facebook when I was 12 and a half, not 13. And some of these people are planning this. Like, where do they get the ideas from? I
knew Worlds was a first for something, but apparently it was more than just one thing.
Oh, I swear to God. Right, we're at the end, and that means one thing. That means quick fire.
That was funny though. That was some of those are funny. Okay.
Quick fire.
It would be nice to do quick fire because we always listen to other people or our guests doing it, and we want to know what everyone else thinks. What you guys think. So let's go.
So not surprised with this one. 69% of people preferred the free and 31% people preferred the short.
69.
Oh, she's so immature. I knew she was going to do that. You kill me. You literally kill me. You're an adult.
Anyway.
So yes, most people preferred the free, which I'm not surprised at.
No, neither. It's more creative, isn't it? Yeah, but then some of there have been some spectacular short programs.
Yeah. I love it when a short's like snappy and it's like over before you... Yeah, and it's over before you realise it's done, and I'm like, oh my God.
You're not even processing that it's happened. I agree.
Yeah.
Favourite element? Wow. I'm just trying to process this in my head.
Yeah, there's a lot. There is.
Moves element was the highest voted, 26%. Yeah, you go moves.
Versatile, beautiful.
So,
yeah, but when they're done well.
When they're done well.
God, that
Bring
sounds
back
awful
the
when I
Bauer.
just said that.
Excuse me, your spirals were on par this year.
No, they weren't. We know they weren't. But can I just say, I didn't mean it to sound that rude. I meant when God, recover. When Russia, like Paradise,
Sorry?
how they've done there.
Oh,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, the photo that's
yeah.
the picture. Yeah.
Beautiful.
She knows I didn't mean her directly. I did. I'm
We wouldn't be
joking.
friends otherwise. But like, bring back inner bowers and spread eagles.
No.
Bring back spread
Spreads
eagles.
are ugly. Spreads are so ugly.
They're so good.
No.
The lift got nearly 20%, got 19%.
That is both creative and group lift, so.
Bit of a merge.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, as a non...
If you're not participating in it, yes, it would be one of my favourites to watch.
And also, as a spectator who knows nothing about Synchro,
Yeah.
it's probably one of the most impressive to watch.
But partaking in it has to be one of the most stressful 30 seconds of my life.
And terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. No hold, 14%. You're not actually skating with your, like, holding on.
It takes a lot of skill to make a good no hold.
It does. I agree. And sometimes they can look magnificent, but you're not holding on. Twizzles, psychopaths, 12%. Pivoting block. Oh, yeah. I'm surprised this didn't get more.
It's hard.
I think it's
because
because they're so hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it works, it's magic. They got 6%. Lines, personal favourite, 4%.
Yeah, love a sneaky line appearing there. We don't see a lot of them now.
I wish it got more votes. Death spirals, 3%. Artistic wheel, 3%. Spin, 3%. Intersection. What crazy person put intersection?
I know.
Or crazy people, I should say. And whip, too. Like, do you fear for your life? Are you okay?
God. And especially now they're doing like 1 foot pass throughs. Can you imagine being the fast end on a whip doing a 1 foot turn through? No.
Maybe all the complex patterns and stuff going into it will take your mind off of the fact that you're going into an intersection, so you will be less terrified, because the old holding and pausing and waiting for an unseen just gave you more time to shit your pants.
Draw up, hold, go through,
and then go. Then we have travelling and box pass through. Again, intersection crazy, but both on 1%.
I like a box. I do like a box or a triangle.
A box is the one that I will agree. That's very satisfying.
I always, for some
reason,
reason,
a bit chaotic.
I'm on the end. Yeah, I hate it if you're in the middle. It's awful. Cool, next ones. Spin and jump. So 62% said spin, 38% said jump.
That's pretty much what I expected.
Yeah. Someone actually says a good time to bring it in. Someone made an extra comment saying, we need less spins and jumps in Synchro. It makes it unfair for people who spin jump the left way. It also makes it unfair for people who don't spin and jump full stop. Moving on.
Favourite turns.
Good. Now, can we just listen very carefully to this? Because whose favourite turns at the top? Sabrina?
Not mine.
Yeah, and whose is at the bottom?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay, so at the top is a counter. 33% of you guys said a counter. Enough said.
No comment.
Close second was a rocker with 29%.
I agree. Back inside rocker. Yes.
So then we've got a bracket with 16%.
No.
Yeah, horrendous. I do agree there. I've thought about it since my last discussion about this. Twizzle, 12%. No, 13% of people with a twizzle.
Yeah, when they're good, they're good.
Yeah, I agree. I don't mind doing twizzles, to be fair now. They're quite therapeutic. Interestingly, we had 6% of people mention xoxo. Yeah. And then Sabrina's. Oh no, sorry, carry on about chocolate. Sorry, I'm just getting ahead of myself.
Doesn't it have a new name now?
Someone called it. Oh, what did someone call it?
No, C step is Mohawk in Canada, or is it S step?
No,
I think a xoxo is an. Choctaw is an S step.
Yeah, someone's called it an S step.
And a C step is a mohawk.
That's interesting how no one's mentioned mohawks, to be fair. I forget they're even a turn.
Yeah, it's just you just do them second nature.
Yeah.
But maybe we should be calling them an S step.
What's wrong with the Choctaw?
It's because of the connotations with the indigenous history of the names Choctaw and Mohawk that Skate Canada have like completely changed the name of the step and all of their documents and all of everything. Yeah,
that's
very
so
interesting.
Good. You learn something new,
and I do think it's a good thing.
Next on the list is a 3-turn. One person agrees with you, Sabrina. One.
Thank you to my one person.
And then
I'm
someone
telling you. Sorry.
Go talk about your 3 turns. Go on.
It's the only one I like. Forward, inside, 3-turn.
And then someone mentioned a loop, which
I like this.
Back I never inside? Think of it as a turn. Yeah. Yeah. Back inside, forwards, outside.
The other two are a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But
anyway. That was lovely learning about what our listeners like. Interesting.
Yeah, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. There were some other lovely final comments. We won't say them, but we just want to say thank you for them.
Yeah, thanks for all your kind words. We read every single one, and we actually really appreciate it. It like makes our days when we read them. So thank you.
Yeah, and we didn't reply to every single reply of the stories, but please know that they were all very much appreciated as well.
They were all read, all took in, and we all had a giggle.
Yeah, so thank you so much. And I believe that brings us to the end of Gossip Girl. Do we need to start playing the Gossip Girl exit song? Dun 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 dun. No? You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
That would be a great way. Final credits.
And that does bring us to the end of our episode, Sabrina. It does. That was a wild ride. If you are still here, thank you.
Thanks.
Because unedited, that is an hour and a half. So God forbid what it's going to be edited. Because we spoke a lot in that. So
yeah, we did. There was just a lot of yapping.
There was a lot of yapping. I think we needed that. We've had quite a lot of structured episodes with guests, which we love. I love chatting to guests. So I think we needed a bit of a yap, a bit of a break in the season.
We did, yeah.
Just to chat.
But also, let us know if you want to keep like a forum open, so we have a segment like this every episode where people can just like message in with stuff.
Funny stuff, funny comments.
Yeah,
funny
if something happens this
anything.
week or anything that comes up, maybe we'll put something up on the Instagram. Let us know, because it cool little part of it. Even questions. We could do like a question, like a
question
giving girls bathroom.
Week. Yes.
No, like
shout out to girls bathroom question of the week.
And then or people message in with problems, and we.
Oh God, we're really doing this. God, we're getting too ahead of ourselves. We're getting too ahead of ourselves.
Now people are replying.
Thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. Enjoy the episode. Have a great week ahead. We've got an exciting...
Good luck to all the teams that are competing at the competitions over this weekend. There's a couple going on. The UK, there's a bunch of Canadian teams going to one in America, I believe.
Yeah,
and the American teams there.
We've got a couple more episodes, and then the Challenger series is going to begin. So Brie and I will be giving you a kind of deep dive into each of the competitions, looking at PDF scores and all stuff like that. So if there's anything you want specifically, just let us know. But exciting couple of episodes left, and then Challenger series. Go Brie.
Going to release like an unofficial ranking.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we're gonna find we've found all the teams. Top scores of the season so far, and we're going to rank them. We're going to see who's going to win worlds if it was skated right now with the scores. Because technically,
I mean, we know it's, again, we've just talked about judging and how different it is, but technically
Ignore
the world rankings haven't started because the challenges haven't started. So where we go, we're going to get an unofficial one.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that. Have a great week, and we'll see you. We'll chat to you in a week.
See you next week. Thank you. Lots of love.
The Synchro Skaters Club. Bye.
Peace out, Girl Scout.